Hell yeah, guys. What is happening? The Catapult here with TotalLiveNet. With me today is going to be Hari. We are doing the finals. This is game 2 of the finals for the Dreamhack Vengeance Cup Online Qualifier number 3. Damn, that was a long name. This is going to be Team Complexity versus Team Infused. And like I said, this is game 2. This is Keita took game 1 very convincingly. With it was all about the laning phase, pretty much. They won every single lane. And from there, I mean, when you have a hard carry of any mage, if you win the laning phase so hard, the mid game is obviously not going to go the best for Complexity. I mean, they were all about the mid game. They're all about pushing. They're all about Night Stalker dominating the anti-mage. And when you lose the laning phase so hard, you can't do anything in the mid game. You can't do what you're supposed to do. I mean, you're just supposed to dominate the game, and that didn't happen because they lost the laning phase so hard. So Keita Gaming, I would say surprisingly, they're a very good team and a couple well-known players, but I would say surprisingly take out Complexity very, very well. I mean, ended the game in 24 minutes. That's pretty much what happened.
Yeah, I mean, definitely a good team, but certainly wouldn't expect them to dominate Complexity that thoroughly, especially playing on US East servers rather than EU servers. Obviously, Keita Gaming with a pretty significant ping disadvantage. Obviously, I understand it's US West team, so it is going to be US East servers, but obviously it still sucks a little bit. And it's pretty impressive that they were able to put in that dominating of a performance with at least slight disadvantage. I just don't agree with sending the Brood mid. I never thought they would do it. I thought they would send the Windrunner mid. I think the Brood would have been fine up top. I mean, you're against dual stun, but I think Brood can really survive a dual stun, even if they get the sentries. I think she can still just get away in time, even after the dual stun. Oh, maybe not, but I don't know. And obviously the Windrunner would have had a better time mid, so just kind of questionable the way they set the lanes up there. Keita Gaming did a really good job of, as soon as they realized how Complexity was setting up their lanes, they immediately swapped the Leshrac Sand top, which is just such a heads-up play, something you normally, a lot of teams are really hesitant to swap lanes because they might be at a slight experience disadvantage early on. But they did it, and certainly paid off for them very well. And that's, yeah, like you said, the lanes won the game. And we'll see now what differences there might be in this game. Panda actually hasn't been. Yeah, Panda's going to make it in. So we'll see if someone actually picks him up now that he's not banned for once. I know you love that hero.
Sweet. All right. So you started going a little bit of robot on me, which I'm presuming that was happening to me last call. It's fine now. It's just the Shrek. Skype. Why are you doing this to me, man? Why are you doing this? It seems random sometimes. It's just like sometimes you'll get like 3-hour calls and nothing bad happens, and they just occasionally, just go robot on you or something. I don't know. All right, so we're gonna see Panda first pick by Complexity. They love that Panda, man. They have a very, very strong Panda in Geo. Leshrac and Darkseer being picked up by Keita. So once again, they have those two heroes. And automatically, Complexity knows what they want. Windrunner and Sand King. And now the Riki being picked up by Keita. And I think that's really smart because you know Riki's going to be banned out in the second set of bans. He's a really good pickup versus the Panda. Obviously, if you're able to stun him, slow him inside of a cloud, pop him before he gets out, or even just drain all his mana with the eventual diffusal that Riki's going to get. If he's tanky enough to get out of the cloud, he's going to have no mana anyway, so he's useless. So really smart pickup. I like what Keita's Gaming doing here. All around, I think their picking phase has been phenomenal. Where they set their lanes and also picks have just been really well done.
Yeah, their lanes are a little less flexible this time since they don't have the Sand King to go with the Leshrac. It means there's probably a greater likelihood that the Leshrac either has to play support, which I know we both hate, or has to solo, which is still a possibility, I guess, at this point if they want to set up maybe 2 dual lanes again with the Riki mid or a tri-lane with the Riki top and some Leshrac mid. But yeah, obviously having the Sand King is most preferable when you have the Leshrac because it's just like the best combo in the game. Earthshaker or Leshrac really not near as strong because the Earthshaker Fissure just doesn't always combo near as well with Leshrac. And there really isn't another great melee stunner. I mean, there's Sven, but Sven's kind of more of a niche pick rather than a standard one. And actually Queen of Pain getting banned out here. Wasn't picked up at all in the first game. I don't think it was banned, but I guess that they understand maybe that Complexity, I don't know, wants another solo.
Yeah, possibly. We'll have to see. I like the fact that they banned out the Enigma. I mean, Darkseer, Enigma. I mean, we saw how well that went for in the semifinals, but still, especially combined with the Riki as well, and the AoE of Leshrac, it's just too dangerous. It's too risky to let that happen. I don't care how good your spacing is. just the risk versus reward factor is just not worth it. I mean, yeah, you play perfectly fine. You make one mistake like that though, and you get more than 2 heroes grouped up in a vacuum black hole. Yeah, you don't want to risk that. I mean, even if it's only a second of black hole, that's enough to set up electric stun, Riki smoke. It's just all that nonsense. You don't want it to happen, So I like that ban. Also banning out the Storm Spirit. And we're gonna see Queen of Pain and Shadow Shaman being banned out by Keita Gaming, and I think that's smart. I think Queen of Pain would have been I don't know, a decent little pickup. I'm not sure how they could have fit him in as a solo bid and just been able to dominate that way. But as we usually see, Complexity likes to run their Panda in middle. They like to give him that solo experience. If they don't, they run him in safe lane, and they pretty much have the supports there. They gank, they maybe get a kill, and then pretty much they leave once the threat is gone, pretty much. If it's against Suicide Lane, they leave him alone. They try and get a gank, whatever, and then they just leave the Panda. Because 1v1 Panda can do just fine. Once he gets a couple of levels, gets a little bit of gold, he's good to go, pretty much. 1v1 almost any hero.
Yeah, I mean, it's even not the biggest deal ever if Panda doesn't get a lot of gold very early on. I mean, obviously you really need him to get that blink as soon as possible, but I mean, it's acceptable if he can just get the experience, just because obviously getting him level 6 is basically more important than any other hero in the game. Mm-hmm. But they did take the Shadow Demon, so I wonder if they will try dual laning the Shadow Demon maybe with the Panda or with the Sand King, or whether they will just end up soloing the Shadow Demon. I mean, they do kind of need another solo still. It could be a mid solo, although I don't know. I mean, with what you're saying, I haven't really seen Complexity play the Panda very much, although I saw that they did play 2 games where they had the Panda Spectre combo, but I didn't actually see the laning. So, yeah, if they like to solo it, then it's kind of unlikely that it'll go with that the Shadow Demon will get a solo. I guess so maybe that means Shadow Demon support, which I don't really like that much, but it's not that bad. And obviously you didn't want the other team having it with the Riki, so that's one of the reasons why you would take the Shadow Demon anyway.
I love the Shadow Demon pickup. First of all, it would have been a great hero for Keita Gaming. Set up, obviously, the Riki Shadow Demon combo. That was, sort of the gateway to take out Animage, but it's good against any hero. It's also a great setup for Leshrac. A huge setup for Leshrac. And it would have been great on the Keita Gaming team, but it's also good on Complexity. Running it with the Panda, which is not what we're going to see here, but still, you put it in with Panda anytime you put, nukes with the Shadow Demon, you're going to do pretty well. But it is a nice little setup. The disruption, combine that with the slow. You have the illusions auto-attacking. If it's a melee hero, they could just keep up, auto-attack a whole bunch, even throw one of them in front and block a little bit. But the double slows coming out from Panda is really big, and then you're just able to, on top of that, the nukes coming out on the extra damage that Shadow Demon provides. Awesome. So I think it's really big, and we are going to see that Spectre combo like you were talking about earlier. So we are going to see that whole thing. Interesting. So it looks like we're going to see a Suicide Lane, Panda middle, and then a tri-lane possibly of Spectre, or they can run dual lane and have Sand King with the Windrunner. I doubt that's going to happen, but it is a possibility depending on what Keita Gaming picks up here. They might not feel very safe. I mean, especially you're talking about going up against a Darkseer, who Shadow Demon is also great if you're going up against at bottom. You Suicide Lane Darkseer. Disruption, just like versus Windrunner, it's a really good pickup. Once he tries to throw that surge, you just disrupt him, and the surge is all gone. And then you just beat on him some more. Same thing goes with Windrunner. She tries to pop a Windrunner, you disrupt her, and then it's gone. So both of those, Shadow Demon is great up against Suicide Solo. So that's just another great pickup. A reason why to pick up Shadow Demon. Real quick, I want to talk about Panda. Somebody asked about Panda. Pretty much Panda does everything. He could potentially carry. Personally, I don't like him, and a lot of teams don't like him in that role. He's best as a sort of initiator, getting that blink aghanims and doing work in team fights in the mid game, and sort of initiating those, popping his ultimates, pop his ultimate, and just do work with his ults, which is just amazing. He has potential to sort of carry with his third skill, basically evasion plus critical. But he's not the best at it. He really isn't. He's by no means a hard carry. But he can do it. He's also a great counter push. He pushes well. He initiates team fights. Obviously, he can even be a nice little counter push. He has the tank ability, and the ultimate is obviously the best. So he can do pretty much anything. He's sort of also an anti-carry with his W and the slows that he provides. He does everything. You can put him into any role. The only down part to him, he's a melee. But even then, he wins 1v1s almost against tons of heroes. which isn't typical for a lot of melees. So, you know, he just does everything. He's amazing. Pretty much what I'm going to say.
For battle.
Yeah, well, I mean, he works very well in their Spectre lineup because, you know, the thing with Spectre is that you basically playing 4 versus 5 for the first 25 minutes of the game or something like that. But Panda can actually win 4 versus 5, so it's kind of the perfect combination to play Panda with Spectre, because then even if the opposing team does force team fights early on, when they force a team fight and you still have your ult up, it's very difficult for any team to win against that. But I don't know, the Keita is going kind of all in on this as much as possible. They're picked up the Enchantress, who's a very, very early pusher, so they're going to definitely try to take early tower advantage as much as possible. And actually, Darkseer might get caught out here. He's in a really precarious position, but Shadow Demon and Sand King are not close enough, so he is actually going to back out just fine and has the courier bring himself his items.
You're stealing it from me. I like it. They saw it. Know where the counter is, so right away they get the counter. Great job. But what game was it that I was talking about that? Did they have the Spectre carry, or was it like a Morphling or something? I can't remember. I think it was a Morphling.
I didn't see it, but I remember people talking about Complexity 2 games in a row running Spectre Panda back to back.
No, I was talking about a game that me and you casted. Anyway, no matter. I think it was a Morphling.
Oh, no. You were talking about it in regards to Brood.
The battle begins.
Oh, that's right.
Saying that the Brood would solo push side lanes, and then the Panda would help you win.
This is different because we got a sort of a hard carry farming, but still the same concept. Yeah, it's great. I like it. So we're going to see Riki, Venomancer lane at top with the Enchantress jungling, Leshrac middle, and Darkseer suicide lane. So Shadow Demon is going to be doing a decent job, and on top of that, the counter, they're going to be able to pull. So hopefully Sand King will be able to get some extra farm from there, and then IX Mike will just push Nikwa out of lane. I don't foresee them losing lanes this time as hard. Hannah Montana right away going middle. I don't know, some sort of attempted gank there? I'm not sure what that is.
It's just a really smart play. She saw the regen, yeah, so she just knows she can go mid. I mean, she's not going to get any experience or gold early on, she figures anyway, against the Venomancer. Like, she can't really just run up to the creep wave against the Venomancer, so she might as well just go mid and just help the Panda, just get a little bit of farm, just maybe like 1 level, a couple creep kills, and then she'll go back to her lane by the time she expects to actually be able to get some creeps.
Yeah, gotcha. Double Ion Shell right off the bat on Darkseer. I mean, that's what he does in suicide lanes. I mean, if you ever back up, normally you don't waste. I would say that's sort of a waste of mana, but he probably did get a lot of CS out of that. But normally you wait till you're like level 3 or level 4 actually, when you do have a vacuum as well, and then you do double Ion Shell and do a lot of damage. You just run in with double Ion Shell, and any melee that gets near you, even a range, you're just able to vacuum him in. It takes a lot of damage. It's a great way to just buy yourself a little bit of give. You know, you get a lot of CS from that, and then most of the time you're not going to die because it's just too much. 2 Ion Shells is just way too much. So then you're just pretty much dominate right now. Push him out lane. Meanwhile, at top, Hannah Montana is trying to sort of stop this Enchantress. But both the suicide lanes are going to be pushed out of lane. Venomancer is a great counter to suicide lane Windrunner, just because 50% increase in movement speed is canceled by 50% slow in movement speed from Venomancer. So.
The forest cloaks me.
And then, of course, the harassment is just amazing. And we're going to see Tornado in middle. I like it. Brewmaster is already kind of low in health. Leshrac did some nice work. And now on top of that, with the Tornado, the Imba Tornado that does too much work, now it's going to do even more damage to this Brewmaster. So smart play by her.
The Darkseer actually went with 4 clarities early on, and is basically just doing this because, I mean, yeah, he actually hasn't gotten a lot of farm from it, but by doing the double Ion Shell, he's making it extremely difficult for the Spectre to farm as well. Spectre's actually only got about 2/3 of the creeps in a free farm lane, which is not very good at all, obviously. And I mean, if you look at her health, she's already very, very low, just because it's so difficult for her to come in by that creep wave. If you just Ion Shell 1, the range can actually try to right-click it down as quickly as possible, but if you Ion Shell 2, there's really no solution. She basically just has to take the Ion Shell damage if she wants to get last hits, which obviously has been very difficult for her. So it's been a smart play by him, getting all those early clarities.
I like it that you pointed that out. I like that a lot more than the traditional. He's not getting any experience. He's in a little bit of trouble here. They can maybe potentially block him off. They don't actually get him, but they might still pick it up. 3 charges of poison. That's going to get the kill. Trying to save it for the Spectre Dagger, but it doesn't quite hit before poison gets popped. So, but they do get first blood. So nice job. IX Mike is going to enjoy that extra bit of gold. Meanwhile, at top, the Windrunner is getting some experience. Finally, the tower is pushing towards her, so that is always awesome. Meanwhile, Enchantress does blow smoke. Venomancer and Enchantress are going to go in, and Dark Troll Warlord, I think it's going to die before they get there. It is. That's really unfortunate. That Dark Troll Warlord is so good at setting up stuns. Just a ranged stun from a neutral is just amazing. They are going to circle around on Windrunner, but the lane is really pushed, so Riki's going to have to kind of push the lane. They don't want to just take the tower and then Windrunner knows and then she just runs off to the right. That's just kind of useless. So they're going to have to sit here for a little while and wait to Riki to push the tower. And if Hannah Montana pushes it, obviously it's got 2 range creeps, so it is going to push. So this could be a big opportunity for them to get a counter kill on the suicide lane. It's just, the question is it really going to work out for them? They're going to have to hit a nice slow. The Gale has to hit, pretty much. Combined with another slow from Enchantress and then the Cloud. It's going to be all in that. They're going to jump in now. There goes the Cloud, followed up by Gale, and there goes the Windrun. The question is, nice blocks, huge plays by Pinoy, blocking off Hannah Montana. They're going to pick up that kill. Great job by Pinoy, blocking him off with the Satyr. Really well done.
Yeah, they timed this actually, obviously, with the 7th creep wave, so that they had the catapult, which is why they waited. I mean, so actually it was fine that they were waiting there because they were actually wanted that creep wave that was coming next anyway. So that's why it wasn't really a big deal that they had to wait for it. And yeah, obviously it was only made possible because of that amazing Satyr block, which was just really great micro from the Enchantress. Meanwhile, though, the Darkseers actually had to rotate up to the top jungle. He is stacking the tough camp now, so I assume he will do the smoke trick after he gets level 3 here. Courier actually flying towards him, does not have smoke. It's actually items for the Riki. But yeah, I assume he'll get that, which will give him some nice farm and experience to make up for basically not being able to get anything bottom with that Shadow Demon Sand King combo.
Yeah, and it's also, you know, that sort of thing, when you do it right from level 1, it's not really, it's kind of expected. You're like, okay, 4 or 5 minutes we go in, depending on how many stacks he wants to do, go in and just reveal him, throw a stun, and he just dies to neutrals, and you try and clean up what creeps you can. But this way, you know, having him at bottom, like you said, stopped Mikey from getting a lot of farm early on, just because double Ion Shell that's spamming. Yeah, I really like what they're doing here with Nikwa. He's going to go Surge. He is going to miss out on another pull. That's unfortunate. I mean, really missed time. But still, I really like just the strategy of what they're doing here. Have Darkseer do what he can in the lane, stop Spectre farming early on, and then once he's pretty much forced out of lane, he just goes and stacks and picks up some farm that he missed out on pretty much. So really well done. He's going to have a Soul Ring, which is also going to help. Middle, though, Geo kind of picked it back up now. He's 33-4, while Quix is 31-5. He was getting sort of early on kind of harassed in, but he did pick up a bottle and was able to grab illusions. That really helped, all that regen. And then now he has a regeneration as well. We're going to see Pinoy coming in from behind. They hit the slow, but he does have an ultimate. So wisely, they just back up. There's no way they're going to be able to take out Panda. They have 2 slows and 1 stun. There's just no way. But they can force this tier 1 tower. The question is, if we get a teleport here, if Geo can hit a nice slow on the top of the teleport, stun goes off, misses, there goes the slow. He's going to be able to pop his ultimate. The question is, can he pick someone off here? The heal on Enchantress, he does stop it. Nice job. He did oh no. The slow, it's a little bit too much, and now Quix is going to be able to get out. Spectre throws her ultimate. The question is, can he get it? The Fire Panda, it's out of the way. The question is he close enough with the clap? He's not. The Stone Panda is too far away. And the only kill they pick up is the Enchantress. I really like the way he cycloned her. First of all, if they group those 2 up together with a heal, that just would have been too much. But also the Cyclone allows the rest of the team to get there in time. Teleports in, doesn't matter. 6-second disable like that. These teams going to just teleport with ease and get there in time. Now they're pushing in the tier 1. Which I think is a really smart play. Force team fights right away, and start taking out these towers before Riki gets too strong. Riki is level 7, but as it stands right now, he's not going to be able to deal too much. The question is, can they deny this tower at all? Venomancer goes for it. Windrunner picks it up, though. Misaki, nice! Jumping over the cliff. He's going to be able to get away, and I don't think they're going to grab anyone else. Geo hitting a nice little slow. Wall Eater barely out of range of a blink, and he's going to try and teleport away. Stun does go off quick. Still picks up that once they do grab the Brewmaster in exchange for a tower. Geo sacrificing himself, hitting a nice slow, and then trying to teleport away, but unfortunately the stun was up by Quix. So a decent little trade for both teams. I mean, obviously you don't want your solo mid dying, but they did take the tier 1 tower really early. 8 minutes in, they don't really have some really solid pushers. They don't have any real good pushers early on. They were just pretty much a fight, pretty much, of 5-manning a tower. And it works out for them as long as they're able to keep their tier 1. I think that was maybe worth the trade. Edict is going to be very hard to stop here, and they're not going to be able to stop it. There goes the stun, instantly hitting the Sand King, and top of the cloud, nice disruption. Both teams making huge plays. Is he going to be able to get out? He does get out of the but no, he goes down right before the stun is going to be able to come up, so they pick up that kill. Great job by Keita Gaming. The disruption was a nice thought, but still, I think it was just a bit of a mistake trying to teleport in there. The team not really ready to go in, especially with Broodmaster with no ultimate. Wasn't really a fight they can force. So Keita Gaming very easily taking this one up, and they're also going to take the tier 1 at bottom. Baby.
Yeah. Speaking of bottom, something I wanted to say a while ago, but haven't really had a chance.
Sorry.
Was that Darkseer, you were talking about choosing to go farm instead of staying bottom to stop the Spectre's farm. He understood the timing actually perfectly. The time at which he went to go farm the jungle instead of coming back bottom. I mean, conveniently, it was when he got killed, but it was also actually right when the Spectre picked up the Ring of Health. So obviously, once the Spectre has the Ring of Health, the Iron Shell level 1 harassment really isn't going to be as effective anymore. So, I mean, basically just knew the timing perfectly, knew that going back down there wouldn't stop the Spectre farming anymore, and yeah, that it was time to go get farm for himself. So, I mean, it was just smart in both regards, both helping him and just kind of not being ineffective.
Alright, well, it looks like they are going to try and push top a little bit. Two support heroes sitting on this Spectre right now.
My sprites are with us.
They're kind of pushing it, but bottom's just going to keep pushing double damage now on Leshrac. Level 4 Edict is just doing work to this tier 2. And I really don't think they are going to try and teleport in. They are going to try and defend this. We have Geo right off leading the charge. He's going to be able to hit the slow. And maybe can he pop it? Yes, there he goes. Slow goes down. And Misaki with no stun now is not going to be able to stop the Enchantress. Great job by her. And Nikwa is just going to purge. It is only level 1 surge, but it is going to be enough to get away. Hopefully, Misaki going straight up. He is going to be able to cut him off here. He's going to be able to hit the stun, but the rest of his team, the question is, can Disruption get there in time? He's going to hit the stun now. Once he surges, as long as he disrupts, they might be able to pick up this kill. There goes the surge, followed up, and now Geo's going to just hit the clap, and bam, there he goes. So great job, great teamwork by Complexity. I wasn't sure if he was going to be able to cut him off or not, but clearly he did. Great job by Complexity, picking up a couple kills, defending the tier 2. And now they're going to try and do what they can to tier 1, but their whites are going to back off too many wards. I mean, even if they're level 2 wards, it doesn't matter. Sheer numbers is the important thing. You know, they're low health and you can kill them in 2 or 3 hits, but it doesn't matter when you have that number of wards. So Bonza doing a great job setting up for a potential push. I think that was a really nice save from a potential little bit of chip damage from the tower.
Yeah, the most important skill you can have as a Venomancer is being able to anticipate those pushes. Now, I mean, there was pretty obvious since there were 5 people chasing his Darkseer. Darkseer actually should have gone for the TP. I mean, obviously hindsight's 20/20, and I guess he didn't know where the Sand King was, so actually, yeah, tougher to say that he should have done that. But if he had gone for the TP, he might have made it out, but he didn't. And yeah, the Venomancer obviously was able to set the wards, and actually now going to go set up the wards to take the Ancient, which is obviously very smart. Once you have basically level 3 wards, it's pretty easy to do that as a Veno. And meanwhile, we've got a, no, it's actually not a smoke gank. I was like, both of them are invisible. One just has an invis rune, the other one is naturally invisible. It's just, when you see 2 invis heroes running next to each other, it's something you're used to thinking. But the problem is, Spectre does have phase boots and Vanguard already, so it's going to be really tough to kill her. I think the 2 of them can't do it by themselves, which is actually why they're... Wait, no, the stun misses, so there's no way.
Yeah, especially missing the stun like that. I mean, I don't know, it would have been close with treads, agility treads, and a blade of alacrity. Riki does do a lot of damage. It just would have had a really good well-placed cloud and just a lot of backstab damage, but... Missing the stun, unfortunate. Of course, Leshrac stun, very hard to hit. I mean, it is only level 1. He is going for the level 1 stun on top of maxing out Lightning Storm after Edict. I think that's an okay build. I see what he's going for. It's just he doesn't have very many setup stuns. You know, there's some slows, and that's helpful. It's just, I don't know if it's going to pay off or not. The extra nuking damage versus maybe a missed opportunity, missing a stun, such as that. Also, like, if you combo it with Vacuum, it's going to be hard to hit, you know? Vacuum only stuns them, you know, it brings them all together, but they just run away. So it's going to be, he's going to have to immediately identify where the center is of the Vacuum as he's doing it, and hit that stun right away, because otherwise you're just going to be able to run out of such a small radius. They are going to start going for Roshan. Let's go over items real quick while they do that, Roshan. We have a 1,500 gold lead for the Dire. And Sand King with Treads, Phase Boots on Brewmaster, Phase Boots on Spectre, on top of that Vanguard, and Windrunner working on her mech. Only has the Buckler so far. And it looks like the rest of Complexity is going to set up for this. They might be able to catch this out. They are smoked up here. Panda only one C. And Roshan is going to be very low here. They are going to hit the stun. Sand King is going to try and hit an epicenter. He blinks in with the epicenter. Spectre picks up the Aegis. Roshan goes down to the Radiant. Everyone's dying. Keita is just getting boned here. 2 heroes down. There, one more hit. There goes the poison. Pop the poison. Pop the poison. There he goes. And they pick up 4 heroes. Darkseer, the only one left alive. And so they pick up the Roshan kill. They pick up the Aegis. And they pick up 4 kills. Great play by Complexity.
I don't know. Well, it was great play by them. It was just really stupid play from Keita. They just had their ward counter-warded, so they had to know that there was going to be a ward up, yet they still just ran in there unsmoked. I mean, I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. And obviously, I thought maybe there was a chance they were going to take it quickly enough with the Edict damage and 2 groups from the Enchantress that Complexity would respond in time, but nah, it just didn't go down fast enough after the first Edict was burned. And yeah, just kind of getting themselves way out of position. Really just... I don't know. I guess they've taken all the tier 1 towers now, so there's nothing really easy for them to take, so they thought that Roche would be a good solution. And obviously it would be, just, I don't know, if they'd smoked up, they probably would have gotten that, to be honest. And there's no reason they shouldn't have smoked up, like I said, because they just had their ward counter-warded. Although I guess in that case, smoking up might not have done something, since there'd be a sentry sitting on the ground as well, so... Yeah, questionable effectiveness anyway. I think the best solution would have just been to re-counter ward and then to maybe go for a little bit later. But Ricky almost does have his Diffusal, so hopefully that'll be kind of a big deal here. But at the same time, Spectre, yeah, it's only 15 minutes and she is actually only 2,000 gold away from her Relic and not very far from her Radiant. So she's well on track for, what, like a 23-minute Radiant, something like that. And that's going to be really brutal for the Dire here. I don't know, Spectre,
I mean, especially since the fact with the Aegis, she's just going to be able to farm a bit more offensively. Not too hard, but, you know, it's just that extra little bit. We'll go items of Keita. They do have 2 mana boots. Geo is taking a lot of damage here. They're going to see the Cloud. Great job of going up, not going through the rest of the Cloud. He's going to turn on this Venomancer, and Venomancer is definitely going to go down here unless just keep the Fire Panda on him. He should be good. Spectre is going to pop his ultimate as well. Really a bit surprised. If he just kept the Panda on him, he probably should have been able to pick up that kill, but he doesn't. Venomancer barely gets out. Now Mikey's in a little bit of trouble here. We're going to see stun coming out. Great job landing that level 1 stun, and Mikey's definitely going to go down here. The rest of the team not in a position to save him. Sand King's going to be able to come in with a stun maybe, but he does go down to the Riki. I missed that one. He goes down to the Riki with Ion Shell on him. Now they're going to be able to pop this Spectre. Geo comes in to do what he does, but he can't do anything now with no ultimate. He's going to be in some serious trouble. Landing the level 1 stun once again. He goes down. The Spectre goes down. 3 heroes down, plus the Aegis. A big turnaround by Keita Gaming, and I think pretty much all that was is pretty much the micro from the Pandas. If he just kept it on the Venomancer, not necessarily just using the burn damage, but maybe even getting in front of him and auto-attacking, and just orb walking that Fire Panda. I think that would have killed the Venomancer a little bit faster, and not necessarily making Mikey teleport in with his ultimate and try and finish it. And we're going to see it teleport in. IX Mike goes down with the Cloud. Ion Shell Cloud is just too much to deal with. Nice little stun by Fluff and stuff. Now they're trying to stop pretty much this tier 2 tower from going down. Riki's trying to do what work he can, but they're going to back up, I think, especially with this Panda coming in now. Panda with the drums might be able to get a big stun by Fluff and stuff, barely knocking on that one. The heal is just doing too much work though, and Sand King instantly goes down, and Geo's going to have to back up. Man, it's just, I don't know, miscommunication left and right. Nice little big dagger coming out, hitting all 4 heroes, but it doesn't really matter because their tier 2 is going to go down here once the Edict is back up. It's up right now, and they could probably force this fight easily 4-on-3 and just take it. Riki, once again, setting up for potential gank from the side here. This middle tower is just so easy for Riki just to loop around. The tier 2 tower does go down, so Complexity making a lot of mistakes. On top of that, Keita Gaming's making some big plays. The combination of the two just throwing away that big lead that they picked up from taking Roshan away.
Yeah, I think It was a little bit of poor micro by Jo, but it's possible it was just miscommunication from his team. Well, regardless, it was a big mistake from the Spectre, because the Spectre ulted and then actually didn't have enough mana to throw the dagger when she came in, so that's why she wasn't able to pick up the Venom kill. And I'm not sure, maybe the Jo was trying to leave the kill to the Spectre. Obviously, when Spectre's that close to the Radiance, maybe trying to give the kill to the carry was the plan there. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt there and assume that it wasn't mismicro, because he's played the Panda so perfectly so far and generally plays it so well, and just assume that it was just kind of miscommunication there. The Spectre said, I got this, then teleported in and realized, wait, I don't got this. But there is going to be a fight here, and that's actually Sentry from the Radiant. They were smoked up, but the tower just goes down anyway. Oh, and Ricky being really ballsy here. But it's just
yeah, that was, I mean, he does, they are, after those last couple of team fights, they are so far ahead. I mean, the gold graph is 2,000. I mean, look at the loops that it did from Roshan all the way up to the Radiant and then down from that throw. 2,000 in the lead for the Dire. On top of that, Ricky is fairly well farmed. He does have a defusal now. Let's see, with any other items picked up, obviously drums on Brewmaster, mech now on Windrunner. And hopefully we'll see Spectre pick up something. We're going to see Darkseer picking up a pipe here fairly soon. All he needs the recipe, and Enchantress is going to be able to pick up the mech soon. So with that little team fight, that's going to give them that extra little bit of gold to have their team fight items, both mech and pipe. And that's going to be a great turnaround. I mean, Geo does a lot of magic damage, period. You combine that with the Sand King Epicenter, pipe just destroys that. So that's going to be a really great turnaround, being able to pick up those two items. Of course, another turnaround for the Complexity team is whenever Spectre gets that Radiance. Unfortunately, it's been rather delayed. But still, 3,000 gold in the bank. Hopefully, we'll be able to pick it up in the next couple minutes, and then hopefully have Radiance by like 28-30 minutes.
Yeah, I would still say that Radiance is possibly on track for maybe 25 minutes at this rate. That's being a little optimistic. I'm assuming that basically nothing else bad goes bad. I mean, if it wasn't for that kind of like failure, I think the 23 minutes would have been on track. But yeah, then there was kind of some bad plays, she died, etc. And then that's kind of set her back just a little bit. But no, she's still farming quite well. And I don't know, that Radiance is going to be really big for them. Obviously, the pipe is very good against that, but there's so much magic damage coming out that, and actually Ricky is going to try to go on this Panda here.
Regeneration.
Yeah, it's definitely taking so much damage. There goes Geo before he even gets out. Yeah, Ion Shell on Ricky, on top of Cloud, on top of Edict, it just does so much work. And Leshrac landing those level 1 stuns left and right has been doing a very good job. And the nuke based build, the extra damage from the Lightning Strike is definitely paying off. All because he is landing those stuns. So very well done. And Mikey here, I think there goes that 25-minute. Unless he does some nice little jukes here with the dagger, which he throws at
Sand King Epicenter coming in.
Love that stuff, doing some work, but it's not going to be enough. There goes the pipe, there goes the mech, and everybody's going to have to back away, but he does save the Spectre. He trades himself to do enough damage to scare them back, scare them into mech and pipe. And, I mean, nice job by Fluff and stuff. He does what he can to help save the Spectre. Spectre, once again, delaying his farm. He didn't die, but he is going to have to back up, heal, and the map is going to be controlled from here on out. I think, is it Kieta or Kayeta?
Yeah, I call him Keita.
Keita?
But I don't know, Keita.
Whatever. I don't know that pronunciation. Vlad's now on Ricky. Interesting little pick. I'm surprised he isn't going for that that BKB. I mean, pipe is good and all. It's just that just little extra bit.
Push in here. They want the armor for the creeps.
Yeah. I mean, they are trying to end it right away. Edict, level 4 Edict. They're going to see Geo popping nice shackle shot, hitting Quicks and Pinoy together, and not going to be able to do anything with it. But it does help delay the push. Edict is down now, so that saves a lot of damage from the towers. Wall is going to be down shortly. It's only level 2, so it's only going to be up for that 30 seconds. So here goes the pipe. This is the one they're going to commit to, with the wall still up and Edict back up with the creep wave. This is definitely the one they're going to commit to. Pinoy, there goes the pipe. Enchantress taking a lot of damage. Riki picking up the Shadow Demon kill over the cliff. Great job. And now Panda's going to pop his ultimate. The question is, can they lock down anybody? There goes Leshrac cycloning the Riki to stop him. Quicks is still taking so much damage. Can they pop him before he gets away? Huge surge. He's going to try and level out one step, but Rock hits him before that. And now Riki's trying to do some work with the Ion Shell, fluffing stuff, getting out. Nice little Shackle Shot does not latch to anybody. I'm really surprised. And now Riki, can he go down? He does go down. Gio's able to pick up that one. And now Buybacks coming in. Riki's going to come back into this team fight, but he's so far away. He's actually going to go top and farm that. So they do Complexity. Nice job saving the tower there. Was it Sand King? The Sand King buyback? He was the one who got picked off by the Riki over the cliff, and then that was
Demon was the one.
Never mind, I'm done. So all around they do save a lot of damage. Only 600 damage dealt to the tower. So very well done. And I mean, that's what they're gonna have to do for a few more times. They're gonna have to keep winning these team fights, and hopefully. We saw Spectre pick up the Relic. Now we're just waiting on Radiance. Just another 1,000 gold, and they'll be good. Kayata, Keita, whatever. They really need to keep putting the pressure down in order to stop that. You know, even those trades, that little bit of extra tower damage, you know, you do that one more time, and you actually have a little bit of a better team fight. And especially with the Panda ult down. The Panda ult is a very long cooldown. It's what, 150 seconds to level 2? They still have another minute. If they can force a fight, it's going to be close, but if they can force a fight right now, just shove down that middle and they could do a lot of tower damage, and I think Complexity is just going to have to let them do the tower damage. It looks like they're going to go for Roshan here, and this could be a potential turnaround if Complexity does this right. They still need another 13 seconds on Spectre Ultimate, so that's going to be up. We're going to see a smoke. So this is going to be that classic Complexity smoke up, and we're going to go in from a different direction than they expect. Sand King could hit a nice little ultimate without the, there he goes. Here goes the ultimate. He's going to blink right in. There goes the stun. He's going to be able to take out Riki. Riki's very, very low. There goes, he picks up the Aegis before he goes down. He's still alive. A couple more hits. He's doing work. Gio taking a lot of damage. Gio's needing 25 seconds for his ultimate. Now Leshrac is going to go down. Riki's going to come back in a half a second. There goes the Spectre. And now Hannah Montana is in trouble. Shadow Demon's trying to do it work. Can he teleport away? No slows. There goes the vacuum. And Hannah Montana is going to go down. 4 heroes down in exchange for 2. The Aegis is down as well. So pretty much a 4 for 3. And they are pushing. They are buyback. There goes the buyback on Leshrac. He is teleporting into the middle tower. And they're just going to go straight through bottom, it looks like. I'm not sure. I mean, they're looking at bottom. I'm not sure why not middle. Middle is the lower tower, and the creeps are already there as well. Maybe just a little bit of split push, but I think that's going to be risky. I mean, Sand King is going to be up. They just focus. There they go. They're going to go middle. Okay, much smarter choice. I think they're just pushing in that tower, so pushing in that lane so it could do a little bit of work. Edict. There goes the glyph. That's going to help out quite a bit against Edict, but it's not going to be enough to save the tower. Maybe. We're going to see Disruption teleport in by Gio. He's going to be able to hit the slow on the clap. There it goes, hitting 2 heroes. Pipe goes off just in time now. Riki's going to turn right back around with Surge. Look at Ice Mike. Oh, big vacuum right back into the cloud. We're going to see Gio popping his ultimate. There goes the Riki. Nice little stun. They're trying to focus on the Riki now, trying to do what work he can. Cyclone, our Darkseer, stopping away that vacuum. Let go all the Leshrac damage, popping his ultimate. They're trying to kill him before he can do any more. Mikey, he's taking, there goes another Cyclone. Big play, but it's not going to be enough. He's trying to dagger up the cliff. He's trying to dagger. He's trying to get out, but he goes down once again. And Gio is now boned. He tries to hit a clap before he goes down. Another buyback from Gio. They're trying. They know they have to. They can't let this Rax go down. It's just going to be their grave if they do, and they're coming back in. There goes the Edict. They're doing some serious damage to the tower. Gio, Shackle Shot, nice little Shackle Shot, but it's not hitting. Oh, there goes, what the heck? Riki goes down to a clap. Big misplay there. And now Gio is so low health. He's going to be able to try and get away now. Nice little vacuum. Ion Shell trying to do some work to Windrunner. Leshrac misses. Barely missing on the clap. He wisely backs up and dodges that. And now 3 heroes versus 4. They can still try and take this Rax. They're still going to go in. Gio is down. He should have just backed up. Edict is going to be able to take the melee Rax. And I'm tempted to say this is GG. Complexity still come back to this epicenter. Going down, but it's not enough with the heals, with the mech, everything. He just doesn't take any damage. And another hero goes down for Complexity. The range Rax is going to go down. Complexity going to try and fight back, though. Spectre popping the ultimate. Can he pop the Venomancer before he goes down? He's going to be able to teleport away. Great play. He's going to try and pick up the Enchantress instead. He's definitely going to go down. No way he's going to be able to get out of that one. And so they pick up 3 heroes, 2 heroes off of that. Riki was already dead anyway. And my god, that was a long team fight.
Yeah, the Darkseer, basically MVP of his team. In that Roche fight, he single-handedly won it for them with that amazing vacuum down the cliff into the Roche pit, which basically turned the positional advantage around on Complexity. Complexity did a great job coming in from behind, but the Darkseer just kind of inverted that on them by pulling them down the cliff right into an amazing wall. And then same thing in this fight at the Radiant base, vacuuming them into that smoke was huge. He's just played so amazingly. His vacuums have been so spot on this game. Really nice to see. Just great Darkseer play. It's such an exciting hero to watch. And I mean, yeah, it's even without those kills, I wouldn't have said it's over yet. I wouldn't say it's GG just because they do have the Spectre. I mean, yeah, so he's at, I don't know exactly what time he picks it up. It's probably like a 26-minute radiance or so, which still is good. I mean, we say 30 minutes is kind of the mark that you have to have it by. And Geo, actually, the problem is actually Geo's farm is really not good. Let me see what his gold per minute is. 323 is not terrible. I guess he's bought back at least once, maybe twice, and that's kind of put him so far away from his Aghanims. Obviously, just having drums and phase boots at this point. Both very good items for Panda, but he really just, I don't know, by 30 minutes in the game, he's got to be close to his Aghanims. That's such an important item for him to really just basically double the amount of damage he does in a team fight, which is basically the difference between them getting these Leshrac kills and not getting these Leshrac kills, which has been kind of I wouldn't say the deciding factor, but a big deal. Like, when they don't kill the Leshrac, it allows the Dire to extend the pushes after the team fight, and when they do kill the Leshrac, obviously you can't really extend the push, so.
Yeah, I definitely agree. DS, absolutely MVP. Huge vacuums, great surges, ion shells, always on the rekey left and right. It's just, Spectre's going to have a hard time living. Pretty much, this Riki just does so much damage. She's just really going to be able to pop a hero who's supposed to be really tanky. It's just going to have to come down to outplaying Keita at this point. They're just going to have to... They're grouping up already. There's no tower at top, so they're not taking anything there. They're just picking up some farm, I guess. But you're right. I mean, it really sucks that Brewmaster is forced to buy back so many times, and that's really going to put a stop to him. I mean, level 16 is going to be a nice marker for him, but he really has to have Aghanims by the 35-minute mark, usually. Level 16 plus Aghanims, and that's when you could really do some good work for the next 10 minutes with your ultimate. But we're going to see him start pushing bottom, double damage on Veno, haste on Riki.
Yeah, Riki has the BKB now too, so that's going to be really big in this team fight. And then Darkseer has Aghanims as well, which is going to be, I mean, against the Spectre, they're really just going to turn the Spectre around on the team, and obviously having that Radiance damage as well. Radiance really isn't going to help the Radiant as much as they would like with that Darkseer on the other team, assuming the Darkseer can get the Spectre into the wall, which should be pretty easy given all the Spectre illusions running around.
Yeah, almost Bloodstone on Leshrac. He does have the Soul Booster, the most important part. On top of that, drums. Aghanims on Darkseer. Aghanims on Darkseer. So after that pipe, he went for Aghanims. Interesting. You guys don't know, there was that nerf to, nerf-esque. I would say actually a big nerf. But Wall of Replica no longer, after you get the Aghanims, it no longer makes illusions of your allies. But it does increase the damage. It increases it to 140% of the enemy illusions. They do 140% of their original damage. So it's still good. It's just, it's just not that immediate, oh, lol, we can just spam illusions over and over sort of thing. So he does pick up that, as well as he has a gem, which, did he pick that up from somebody else, or is that just for the Sand King?
I didn't actually see if that was picked up from the Radiant. I would assume it was, with all the kills they've been getting in the team fights, I have to assume. And there's the pipe and Necrobook up, so they're going in. Absolutely.
Necrobook is only, level 1, but still too much. Vacuuming 2 heroes into the replica. Oh, look at Hannah Montana taking so much damage. Now Geo's trying to jump on him. Disruption goes out. There goes the BKB on Riki. Nice slow purge on the Riki. He's trying to jump in. There goes IX Mike. He's going to go down easily. Hannah Montana trying to turn on this Riki, and oh my goodness, he takes out 2 heroes, no problem. Geo's just not doing anything with his pandas. Nobody's going down, unfortunately. They're just too tanky. Pipes, mechs. Maybe Pinoy might go down. There he goes. Wall Leader's actually really low. Misaki with the ultimate on Epicenter. He's trying to catch someone. He doesn't. He actually leaps over the cliff with his ultimate. Now Spectre's going to come back into this fight. Can he pop another hero? He takes 1 out. He's going to try and chase his Darkseer, but Surge is going to go off, and he doesn't have a dagger. Surge is level 4, but look at him go. He's so fast with the phase boots. He just needs a dagger. There goes the dagger. And another Surge goes off, but BKB, or Pipe, is popped, and Surge is just too hard to chase. With phase boots down, not enough. But they do save the bottom racks. They lose the tower, but they forced a buyback from Spectre as well. Spectre did get a lot of gold off of that anyway. It's just rather unfortunate they lost the tower and didn't necessarily win the team fight really hard.
Yeah,
or at all. With Riki getting away, I wouldn't say they won the team fight at all.
Yeah, I would still say that was a win for the Dire, but obviously, I mean, the Dire has to win more than that. I mean, they have to take probably one more set of racks within the next 10, 15 minutes or so to really win the game, which obviously at this point looks like they'll probably be doing, but actually, yeah, the really good play there by the Venomancer at the end of that fight there, the Sand King was trying to epicenter in, and Venomancer actually threw down a ward that attacked the Sand King up the hill, actually didn't miss, and prevented him from using the blink after the epicenter, which was why he kind of just epicentered absolutely nothing. So that was a really nice individual play on his part. And
yeah, that was really unfortunate. I didn't see that. Good catch, because that would have been a Riki dead.
Yeah, it would have been one or two more heroes dead. Probably the Riki and the Darkseer would have both died if that epicenter had gotten off. So, yeah, that was definitely a really nice play by him. And also, the Radiant were just kind of careless there with running through the wall. Like, the Windrunner basically just ran straight through the wall just so that she could run back. Like, absolutely did nothing. And you've got to consider with the Aghanim's on the team, so much damage that you're outputting for them. And then also that when the Spectre was running back, she ran around the top of the wall. Like, she wanted to go back through, but then she was like, no, I can't go through. So she runs around the top, but then she just barely clips the corner and does end up making an illusion of herself as well, which is, such a huge difference giving that radiance to the other team. So, I don't know, they just got to be a little more careful with the wall. When the wall is placed up preemptively like that, I mean, it should be a little bit more easy for them to avoid. It was placed so far back that he really couldn't vacuum into it that effectively. Like, he vacuumed the Panda and one other early in, but, I mean, that's not as important as Spectre, so I don't know. They've done a better job of it.
Please tell me we're going to see a smoke gank on Roshan.
Yep.
They're already grouped up.
They wrote down the timer, so...
Maybe they can defend. Maybe this could be a comeback. I mean, Roshan, anytime you group up for Roshan, if you get it, it's like the nail in the coffin, but it also sets you up kind of a precarious position. The epicenter is back up on Sand King. Keita backing off a little bit. They do have a gem on Darkseer, and they're able to clear away all those wards. So it's tough for Complexity. They have no idea where they're at. They just know they're not in Roshan. So backing off, and yeah, they didn't see him. The smoke going off. Enchantress pops her smoke, and they're going to go 5-man into the jungle, and if they catch Complexity out here, if they could circle around middle, Complexity got to be very careful. I mean, they probably already figure they're already smoked up somewhere, since they're not at Roshan. So they're going to back off. Hopefully no one gets caught out here, because that is definitely game if they do. Who has buybacks? Not Geo, that's for sure. Spectre does. Spectre's only buyback, and Spectre's in some serious trouble here.
Spectre buyback might be on cooldown, though.
Oh, that's true. They're going to jump right on him, and the rest of his team is not in position to help save him. Vacuum goes off once again. He needs to turn and fight. He doesn't. Man, that Riki just does too much damage. He just bursted him down before the rest of the team could even attempt at an epicenter blink or anything like that. Pipe is going to go off. They're going to start doing all the damage on this tower. Push it goes off on Geo, but he doesn't really hit the clap. And now he's going to pop the ultimate. Cloud is doing some serious work. The illusions go off. Disruption on Riki is going to do some work. He's going to try and blink away, and the rest of the team is going to back off here with the Panda the ultimate up. Great play, I think. They're not really. There's nobody in any real trouble here, so they're just gonna back off. There it goes. He jumped back in right as the Panda ult is down, and now he's gonna be able to kill IX Mike not being able to hit a purge before he dies, and Keita just crushing him. Wall Eater doing work with BKB Ion Shell, and the rest of his team taking down. Geo jumps in with a clap, and they're popping this Brewmaster. Easy, nice shackle, but it's not going to be enough. The epicenter coming in. They pop the Enchantress, but not the Riki. It was not enough. And now they're going to be able to take the Rax here. Melee Rax is going to go down unless we see some serious buyback. Spectre is going to be up in 5 seconds, but it doesn't matter. The Rax is going to go down before then, and they're just going to back off. Might be able to pick something off. No, they even teleport. So, 2 racks down is pretty much GG. I mean, bottom racks is still there, but it has no tower to defend it. I mean, they could just sit there and take Roche at this point. Aegis, plus cheese on top of 2 racks, that is definitely game. But we'll have to see. I mean, complexity, again, Roshan, they always set yourself up for a little bit of a gank-worthy area, and if they can maybe wipe them, it's going to be really tough. Take the Roshan, take the cheese, push down middle, force some sort of team fight at the racks, and take melee racks, and just be only 1 racks down? Maybe. Maybe.
The problem is all the tier 2 outer towers are still left. It's just such a... It's so far to get into... And actually, they're all full health, too, all the tier 2 towers, so... I don't know. I would say that it's certainly not impossible, but it's basically the next best thing to impossible for complexity to come back from this. I mean, if it was ever going to be possible, it would be with a team with Spectre. And actually, how Panda has gone 4 staff... Did Panda never have Blink?
No, he never had Blink.
Oh,
He
wow.
only has
I didn't
phase boots and
that.
drum the whole entire time. Yep.
Yeah. I don't know how I didn't catch that. When I was talking about him needing the Aghanims, he just needed a Blink. Well, in this case, a 4-staff, I guess. So, yeah, he is just so... yeah, it's GG for sure.
Enchantress is taking up with Untouchable on Roshan, and while Wall Eater just beats the ever-living shit out of him. That's going to be Cheese and Aegis, and there goes that opportunity. The only real team fight that would have been amazing if Complexity did win it, but very unlikely. And that opportunity is gone now, and unless they make some sort of big misplays...
Purge on the Panda, get rid of the haste.
Oh,
it doesn't?
damn. He still had
No,
it.
he just didn't
4 charges.
use it. He just didn't purge him.
I like the basher on him now, keeping him in Cloud even longer. He's done for. So we're gonna see the final GG push coming in middle. Complexity is gonna try and defend this. Any new items? We have a Reaver on Spectre. Pipe goes off. They're gonna force this fight, obviously. Geo, oh, he can't go down before his ultimate. Disruption, nice little save. He's gonna be able to get off enough to pop his ultimate. There he goes. He's gonna try and jump on Quicks here. Quicks doing so much damage with all his AoE. He pops the cheese now, saving himself a little bit of time while Riki just destroys people left and right. They're not even gonna be able to pick up Quicks. Maybe the Fire Panda does. There he goes. Quicks goes down, but the rest of the team is alive, and now Panda's gonna be the only one left. And they might even force him to suicide. Nope, there he comes. He comes back, and now he's gonna go down. 1 blink strike, 2 strikes, 3 strikes. There it goes. And that is gonna be GG, ladies and gentlemen. The buying of the Reaver and then dying at top, losing top, and fucking Dreamhack all out. So
Yeah,
complexity. Yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I can't believe Keita won this. Sorry, continue.
is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Pretty,
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
wow.
Radiant's ancient
Yeah, a little
is
bit of,
under
Attend us.
You're gonna put 1 more, but that's 2 out of 3, I'm pretty sure. So, I don't really know what's going on with the chat. But anyway, yeah, huge surprise to see Keita come in here and beat Complexity. I definitely would have thought Complexity was favored, but wow. Oh.
Alright, that was just a bit unnecessary. Alright, Kiet's is doing the question marks. I like that. But still very well played. Keita game completely crushing Complexity. For game 1, dominated. Game 2, a little bit, had off and on. I mean, the Roshan, but still they were able to come back. Big plays all around. I think I have another favorite team. Not gonna lie, I really like the way they pick. I like the way they run their lanes all around. Very well done.